line. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet, not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Everybody get ready. On your feet. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Crank it up. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Crank it up.
Things are about to get torn up. Hi everyone, I am Christian Consider Shriver, and welcome back to the show here on PT Racing TV, live here tonight from River Bark Speedway here in River Bark, Michigan. We are here live seeing tonight's showcase of Pushing Limits Racing League and the Dirt Street Stocks put on the show here for the conclusive racing here tonight. Hi everyone, let's get down to the business here. You can see we don't have our track map up and running because we were not really able to get that figured out, but you can see the weather though holding up all right. Everything looking pretty solid for a great day of racing. So though, as we continue to keep an eye on that, let's take a look at our starting lineups in heat number 1. We'll start on the pole. It'll be the Rattlesnake Rubbercon, the 21. This left side will be the 99, a Wally Bab. Row 2, we'll see Eric G. Gann, the 51 to his right side as the 5, Chantel Bottle. And then final starter, Jeffrey Todd Tufts, and the 72 rounds out your field here for heat number 1's action. As you may already guess, yes, we are running dirt street stocks at Bark River. Yes, a dirt road course. No, we don't need to be reminded that, yes, you're not supposed to be running these things here, but no one ever said that at the Pushing Limits Racing League. So, and I do know there are a few other drivers out there that actually use these things in every now and then. I personally find them very enjoyable, very much of a challenge to test even the best of drivers. So we'll see how much to test these drivers here today. As it looks like Robert the Rattlesnake Khan has unfortunately suffered a major malfunction on his end. Trying to get back up to the front here and trying to get back into the track, get ready for some racing. Gyros will lead him off here, get ready for the charge up. Looking for the green flag to come on out. Wally Bab's going to get the jump. Eric G. Gann already getting a piece of the 5 Chantel Bottle. And you can already see how tough this is going to be for some of these guys. Here we go onto the green. Bab gets a good run off the start here. Takes the early advantage here while Chantel tries to hunt him down. Jeffrey Todd Tufts moving into third here. Just trying to take care of the equipment. Again, damage is on. So if you run these things in a little too hard, well, you better hope that you can control them later because these things take a beating on this track. The Rattlesnake Rubbercon trying to build up momentum early on. The 21 far behind the field looking to gain up ground as Wally Bab heads for the big jump off the corner. Lining him down, nicely done, settles it back up, gets him straightened out. Eric G again trying to hunt through the field, trying to get back up to the 5. Chantel Bottle looked like he had a little bit of an early mishap getting too close to her. And again, it's extremely easy to do, but the throttle rhythm here is going to be extremely key to getting around these corners and these tight spots. Believe it or not, these dirt stocks handle pretty well on the turns. It's just those jumps that either make or break your car. And they do take a huge beating out of it. You see some of the front end damage on some of these guys here in the right corners and the left corner fenders. They're going to be destroyed here tonight. That is one thing, that is for sure. Chantel taking it very easy around the spots here, trying not to get too much in the way of overthinking stuff. Just trying to avoid trouble as we go on board here with the 99 of Wally Bab. You can see just by his cornering and the way he's driving around this track, he knows he's got to be very patient and under control. Got to be a little more conservative than maybe I think he's used to here. We've seen him run pretty hard out on the track, but this is pretty tame for him and his crew. As the 51 of Eric G. Gain having a little bit of problems there off the big hills. Brings it back alive and really just rams it right past the 72 Jeffrey Todd Tufts down to the double hills. The double jumps definitely can be a bit of an equalizer, and they can certainly mess with you a little bit more than that. I call them the rolling hills of madness because unfortunately it's maddening to try to get these things around that spot. Khan's still struggling a little bit with those Gush Graphic Gremlins we saw him face yesterday, unfortunately, at Pedal Limit Racing League. Here in pushing limits, though, you would have thought he would have been able to push his limits a little more. Jeffrey Todd Tufts, he didn't just get the boot, he got a full fender into that rear end. Oh my. Todd really just getting the whole bump and run, if you will. I don't think I've ever seen a dirt stock bump and run at Bark River, but if you wanted to see it, there you go. Robert Kahn, great pass on the left side there. Really slings it in deep and makes her stick. Takes over for fourth, looking to gain the third spot from Eric G. Gann. Points are going to be critical going into that A main. And yes, this is only heat one. We have one more heat coming up. The Lightning Wraps, Green Tech Energy, number 5 is Chantel, the Throttle Poddle. Managing her cornering and managing her car around the track, trying to gain up there on the 099 of Wally Bat, but that start he had pretty much kind of locked him up from the get-go. Hasn't struggled to keep the car in play. He's just been trying to make sure he stays out of trouble, if you will. Drives her in deep, brings it around, and once again the corners, and now he'll head to the rolling hills. You got the rolling jumps, and there's the rolling hills, as we like to refer to them. And those rolling hills, you know, they may seem like a little small dip, but when you got speeds as these dirt stocks as well as a Pro 4 can bring to the table, they really make you work for everything you got, and they'll test your patience quite a ways or two. Chantel Throttle Paul trying to gain any kind of ground she can. They're on Bab, but you can see Bab with the fastest time so far out of this group. We'll see what happens, though, in this next little lap here. Looks like Chantel's going to get a little bit of ground coverage on him. Hard to tell, but it looks like it might be slowing down just a little bit here. We'll take a look at lap 3. And there was a gain there by about 0.3 of a second, so there is speed being built up. As Eric G. Gann still tries to continue to keep this thing on bounds and in play. The only driver in iRacing I'm aware of that uses an RC controller. Probably one of the more testament to his control and stability on the track, and really one of his greatest things he knows how to do is run on the dirt. Remember, he does have a season championship with the Pedal to the Metal Dirt Series. That was won back 2 seasons ago, or 3 seasons, excuse me. It's good to see him kind of pull off a win there and really showcase what he can do with his car and how he was able to handle his nerves out there. And so far, you know, he's doing a pretty good job here, considering he's in a little bit of less of his element. A car he's very familiar with, but this is definitely not a track that he's too right there with. But nevertheless, still hanging in there. Fire back around the 5. Chantel Bile still trying to get around the corners just a little bit better than Bab, but Bab is just maintaining distance and control. Extremely controlling and conservative, to say the least. The Georgia Bulldogs will now bring it to the white flag as they jump across the hills and down across the slopes. Ready to fire them down once again to the rolling jumps they go. 2 sets here, 1 right there, and then the big jumps coming up here. Bab's going to be tough all night long if he can do this here. He's going to be a guy you're going to have to watch out for. Pure consistency and control. There may be only one other driver I've seen besides Eric G. Gann that actually can even maintain the speed from practice that Bab is doing right now, and I'll tell you more about him in a minute as Bab continues to just kind of stay in rhythm and stay in bounds. And again, he's really working the wheel around because again, he's trying to keep the car straight as can be. He does not want it to spin or slide around. And the straighter he keeps it, the faster his speed is gained. And that's why he's been able to hang on as long as he has. 5 will definitely have some work to do starting in row 2 if she can finish the spot up. But again, you can never take anything too kindly here. This track will get you beat if you're not careful. Off to the checker flags though. The 099 Wally Bab leads the charge in. Looking for the checkers right off the corners. One more time around the rolling hills and straight in to victory lane. Heat number 1 belongs to the 099 of Wally Bab. The 5 will bring it around town as well, taking home checkers for her. Eric G. Gann gonna get 3rd out of this bunch. Good start for our drivers, and Jeffrey Todd Tufts, holding up the field, rounding out the field as he tries to bring the car around. I think he kind of knows where he finished right about now, so I don't think he's got to worry about anything there. Yeah, he's still got to finish the race. I think he's just taking his time. He wants to have all the TV time he can get here. I guess I can't blame him, but... There he goes, there across the finish line. There you go, buddy. Alright, heat number 1 is in the books. Take a look at our race results now, presented in part by Pushing Limits Racing League. And Wally Bab will defend the win here. Chantel Pottle coming up 2nd, 3rd Eric G. Gann, 4th to Jeffrey Todd Tufts, with Robert the Rattlesnake Khan finishing a respectable 5th. 9 drivers in total here tonight. 4 of them make heat number 2 up. On the pole, it'll be Nick Kern in the 69, and then to his left side, there'll be Ron Mans in the 6. Row number 2, Dustin Sonecker, the 66, to his outside, or the left side, I should say. That'll be Matthew Hoffert, the 84, rounding out your field in heat number 2. Drivers lining up into their positions, getting preparing to go to battle once again here. Everybody looking to become the best they can be and really showcase their talents on a track as tough and as grueling as this one is. We've seen Ron Mans pull up some great fights here before. I'm curious to see if he can do another good one here. And of course, Nick Kern, there's one thing I know about this fella is that you cannot let him get ahead of you. He is extremely good on these road course, dirt road surfaces. And I mean extremely good. Tough to master and beat. We'll see if the New Holland 69 can do it again. We'll line him off the charge here. Down onto the front straightaway. Into the green flag we go. We're off and running. Kern gets a great start on the right side. He'll drive it down in as the 6 tries to catch right there with him. That was a bobble, and that could have already sealed their fates. Nick Kern gets a good jump, and now he's already hammering the throttle in. He's got that thing locked up and ready to shoot for the moon, shoot for the hills, up the rolling jumps. Matthew Hoffert already moving into 3rd place here, trying to knock down the number 6 of Ron Mans and possibly catch Nick Kern here. They charge him off the jump, a lot higher air than you saw in the last heat. I guess these guys wanted to try and see how far they can send it around here. I don't blame them, but at the same time, you got to remember, you still got to take care of your equipment down there. You don't want to over abuse it. You guys see just by a few jumps and a few bumps, man, these things are already taking a beating out here. And again, they gotta kind of break these fenders in and get these cars set back to go for the next stage of this race, which is the A mains. That's what's gonna really kind of bolster down to who can handle the most and the best. Ron Mans, though, all over the place and trying to hang on. Matthew Hoffer seeing an opening on the left side. It's going to charge ahead. Hoffer with a big run there, but unfortunately Ron be able to back him off. Back down. Oh, look at that corner right there. Hoffer didn't even lift off the ground. He just sent it straight around. Nicely done, but he's going to have a little problems. Oh! Overdrove it there and got right into that wall protection. I know that all too well. That thing is a concrete barrier. It does not give an inch. It will not give you any love or any hope. You best wish you were running somewhere else than that place. What a tough break there for Hoffer. He's still got time to make up to catch Ron Mans, but right now we go on board here with an old friend of mine, Sparky Justice O'Naker. Spark right now trying to give himself a little bit of time and breathing room, maybe just kind of get an idea of the track here for the A main. Usually not a driver, I hate kind of saying this at him, but he's not really a driver that likes to push things around. He's more of a kind of conservative, kind of take care of his own equipment kind of guy if you compare them to like Nick Kern, the 69 right now. By the way, Nick Kern right now, this is ridiculous. He's already got a full 7-second lead and he's not even 3 laps in right now. He is laying down the throttle and the power there. And that was constantly kind of no surprise to me, knowing what he's been able to accomplish, what he's been able to do here with these cars. He knows how to hit these corners extremely tight and extremely well. He's a very veteran in the road course racing mindset. And of course with dirt, that hasn't changed much. I've gone head to head with him quite a few times there in the dirt series, and I can say he gives me a run for my money sometimes. I have a hard time kind of keeping him off my back here when he gets up to me. But I'm just really surprised how aggressive he is right now and how much speed he's gaining. Trying to really decipher if that really is going to be a good idea come later on, because again the suspensions are taking a beating. He's going to have to get that cleaned up for the next main, for the A main. Wally Bab saying get it Ron out there. Well, right now he's going to have to do a little more than just get it. He's going to have to try to defend it. Matthew Hoffer now leading back into the charge. Just to show you right here how hard he's working that wheel, how he's working each corner, turning in when he has to, and then turning back around as they start to spin him around. Whoa! And Nick Kern, major trouble there for the 69. Spins it right around the corner and has to having to get a penalty. They're telling him you cut the corner, you gotta slow down. Doesn't seem to have faced too much though. Matthew Hoffer trying to get him. Kern knows he's in trouble if Hoffer can catch up to him here. That was a big mistake by the 69. I'm not really sure where that all transpired at, why he ended up spinning himself around. But it ended up costing him major time and a gap there. We'll take a look at the PTMS replay. This one looks like it may have been just a mistake in timing. There's a difference here with Wybab. Wybab was able to really maintain his grip and control. Kern was the complete opposite. Look at this car, just spins completely out of bounds. Goes into the grass. That's no man's land. If you go putting it in there, you will have to serve a penalty. Depending on how severe you did it, that'll be how severe they give it to you. And those stewards are watching in, the officials as much as well. Ron trying to get back into this though. He knows Hoffer's already passed him in, so now he's just trying to survive and conquer. And don't adjust your television or your cell phone screens there, folks. No, there's not dirt on your actual device. That's the inside of a car here. A lot of sweat and blood going into these things, literally and figuratively. Progress them through. White flag now out for the 69. 10 lap A main coming up here, and Kern very cautious and conservative, really pushing everything to his limits. Trying to do one round of hard racing, but he's got to be careful here. He knows if he overdoes it again, he'll give Hoffer the opening he needs. A 6-second gap isn't exactly that much when you got a road course kind of style configuration. Hoffer trying to put the Spy Plus 84 right into the fight, trying to get some GoPro going. He is oiling the throttle and pushing everything he's got. But Kern has just got so much distance, so much grip, that it's honestly kind of ridiculous here. see how he hits around those corners, how he keeps it tight and in play. Uh-oh, that was a mistake there. You don't want to give it too far out like that. That was a pretty big bobble there, but he manages to bring it back nicely, tighten it back around the corners. Now has to try to steer it around once again. Checker flags are going to fly out as long as he can make this final corner. Remember, this was where he got stuck last time. The rolling hills do not play favorites. They will get you if you're not careful. He drives a lot slower this time. Nicely done and executed, which will help him get the New Holland 69 into the winner's circle here in heat number 2. Matthew Hofford going to bring it right around for a second place finish, I would presume. I think he's just trying to take care of his equipment there. Ron Mann's going to go ahead in third, and Dustin Sornaker. Well, Sparky, we're going to have, well, at least we'll see you back in the AMA, my man, but you got a little bit of work to do. I'm just going to say that. He'll start at row number 4 here in this case. This will certainly test the best of drivers and the best of equipments. And we're going to find out just how much it will checkers fly and cloud on out. Here we go, presented by Pushing Limits Racing League. Let's take a look at Heat 2 results now. Pop it up on your screen. Nick Kern, a strong showing and a strong finish gives him away to victory lane. Matthew Alford second, third to Ron Mans, fourth to Dustin Sonaker. That will round out your finish. Now, we present the main events coming here now live right here on PT Racing TV from Bark River, Michigan. Bark River Speedway. We'll see the finale of the Pushing Limits Racing League Dirt Stock Race here and now in just a quick minute. They're finished. They're trying to get the warm-up session cleared out and get ready for the race. They are ready to go. Here we go. On the pole, Wally Babb, 099 is outside, or the right on his left side, I should say. It'll be Nick Kern, the 69. Row 2, we'll see Chantel Pottle in the 5, and to her left side, that'll be Matthew Hoffert, the 84. Row 3, we'll see Eric G. Gann in the 51, to the left side, Ron Mans, the number 6. Row 4 sees Jeffrey Todd Upson, the 72, to his left side, Dustin Sonaker, the 66, final starter, Robert the Rattlesnake Khan in the 21. Rounding out your field, 9 drivers set for this field and set to go at it. Take a good look at these drivers and what they are about to put themselves into, what they are about to endure. They are going to go for broke. They're going to go for it all and push themselves to the absolute limit here and now on PTN Racing TV. Someone is going to give and someone is going to give out. But which one will it be? Eric G. Gann seems to have not made the call. And he is not going to make the call here. He's going to miss the start. So it's going to be a troublesome for the 51. Wally Babb saying Nick running goat on those tires. Yeah, he definitely was there, but I don't know how well that's going to hold up for him come later on. Here we go, race fans, and also stay tuned. We are going to have a little bit more of a traditional race format here coming your way on PT Race TV. We are going to see Green Mountain Grill's Fast and Fun Truck Series down at Atlanta Motor Speedway. So it's going to be a little bit of a trip from us here in Michigan down to Atlanta, but we're ready to go and see some action there. It should be a hot one at Old Hot Atlanta. Be sure to stay tuned. And if you haven't already, like or follow us up here on Facebook. Subscribe to our PTM Racing TV YouTube channel so you never miss a show if you need to see the replay. And also we do go live exclusively there at times for certain races and certain events. We've got a whole host of drivers and a lot of racing to show you guys in the very near future. Here we go, leading them off the charge, getting ready to fire them off and away. To the green flags we go. We're off and running. They'll drive him in. Whoa! Wally Babb getting right in the 5 Chantel bottle. Drove right into the wall protection there. Got sent to the shadow realm and back. Oh my. Bit of a wild start to say the least here. Everyone trying to gain around town and trying to build some positions up. Nick Kern already getting a huge jump start. And Wally Babb already knows what he's going to have to end up having to do here while Matthew Hopper tries to catch right back up to him. 10 laps in the shootout. Let's go back to that restart though, folks, and take a look at this one. This was a wild start out of the gate. These drivers completely sending it to the wire out of the moment. 5 shots up high. Looked like she was trying to corner in, but she forgot that there's a wall right there. Ended up getting right into the 99 of Bab, and Bab making her pay for that. That was your PTM Instant Replay, brought to you in part by Pushing Limits Racing League. Firing them off now, though. Matthew Hoffert, gets a piece there from Bab as well, and Hoffert gets sent up on the hillside. That's not where you want to be with a dirt stock. He's trying to get it back down. There's no rebound. There's no suspension that can lift you up to get out of that quickly. You're lowered straight to the ground. That has got to be frustrating there for Hoffert, knowing he had such a great run. Now he's got to try to build that back up. And speaking of frustrating, I think the 5 of Chantal Bottle might be a little bit miffed and be starting to build some speed up here. She's gaining a whole lot of ground on these guys. Leading it back around, Ron Mann's moving up into the 3rd place spot here. While Matthew Hoffert made that little bobble mistake there. Now trying to make a move off on both drivers. Looking for a good corner exit off here. Driver's leading him in, and you can see again we haven't shown too much of Nick Kern because again he's already leading this thing. Hard run off into the turns, into the corners here. You can just see these cars taking an absolute beating out here, but they are still working just fine. Whoa, little bobble yet again for the 5. Chantal Bottle spinning it right around. Could not get it to stay under control. Nick Kern just completely leaving the track here and giving so much speed and runoff. Not even worried about where he's at. 20 Ron and Robert Kahn battling it out here with the 5 Chantal Bottle. Those two had a little bit of a rivalry going, considering last week when unfortunately Kahn and Hoffert got tangled in with the 5. Was a hard racing incident there, but they told me earlier today that they have no troubles about putting bumpers around here because they have to, but they do not want to end up having to go that route if at all possible. Ron Mann's trying to catch right up there with Matthew Hoffert. Meanwhile, Wally Babb is 0.99. Continuing to pace himself around, continuing to pace the track in. No troubles here whatsoever. Oh, and Bab, he got a little revenge there. He got a little receipt from the 84 of Hoffert. Hoffert not too thrilled with him about that little bump off on the hill there. Bab blows way wide. Hoffert dives it in close, straight to the right. Yeah, that's one thing you get to show you here. You can go side by side with these cars and really run them in pretty well. That's some great maneuvering by both Bab and Hoffert. Hoffert drives in really deep here, though. Gonna have to try to build his speed back up and dive down in again. Mann's trying to hold off, though, trying to stay in play and in bounds. Not quite there just yet. There for Todd Tufts and Dustin Soniker kind of following back into the pack here. The entire field just doing their own thing. Meanwhile, Nick Kern, well, he's somewhere else around here. I don't even know where he's at. He's 11 seconds ahead of the leader. That's all I can tell you. He's just making this look way too easy out here. That's the only thing I'm going to say. Matthew Hoffert and Wally Babb still gaining some ground, though, hanging in there. Eric G. Gann back out on the track. Good to see him finally getting the car up and running. Major malfunctions from earlier on in his start. Said he had a little bit of a coiler breakdown on the battery. Oh, but speaking of a breakdown, there goes the 99. Wally Babb spun it right around the corner, could not get it straightened. Refires and gets it straightened out, though, over the hill, but the 5 will make him pay for that. Robert Kahn trying to gain back up to him as well there. The Rattlesnake trying to hang on. He's not really preferring these kind of style races. He said this is not really his kind of a momentum killer, but he said he loves to battle it out on different terrains when he can. Certainly makes for a good showing, a little fun attitude here, but it is also extremely difficult to beat out the runs and beat out the moments, as we've seen here before. You can just see how slippery and slick these cars are getting around the track. Again, they're having to literally try to work off of multiple angles, multiple grooves. That's the thing I do love about dirt road course racing, is that it really tests the patience and the perseverance of every driver out here in a matter of forms in a variety of ways. But I think more than anything, really what the hardest part about these cars is trying to figure out whether or not you'll end up on the outside or in the cliff, and the 5 very much so sent to the shallow realm yet again. Same corner she struggled at earlier run. We'll take another look at it. We'll see what happened here. She overdrove it, and unfortunately that car had nowhere to go. Try to dive in close to deep into that corner, and unfortunately the car just got sent to the shallow realm. Wally Bab now back ahead of her, but she's, I don't know how the heck she does it. She is a mad woman into that car right now, and Bab is currently, I think it might be best to just get out of the way, bud. That's all I'm going to say. Yeah, he's going to fight, though. He won't put the Bulldogs are like anything else. They won't quit. They'll get... Which is ironic, because we will be visiting Georgia here in just a little bit here on Pizza Race TV, but those Bulldogs too not give an inch, and Bab is certainly not one to do it either. The 099 doing everything he can to try to defend off the power of the Green Tech Energy machine, but oh, might have been the only way to get around that. Got a little slicked up, a little too close, and yet again another toe tap there. The Rattlesnake Rubber Con moving into 4th place here. Ron Mann's getting a distance in 3rd here at the moment. And then, well, Nick Kern, well, again, you got me there. He's only got about a 7.5 second lead, though. Hofford gaining a lot of ground on the 69. I don't know if maybe he's aware of that. I think Kern's just trying to take it a little easier out on the track. Maybe trying to avoid trouble, if you will. In a way, I can't blame him, but in another way, I almost kind of would suggest maybe trying to pull off some momentum here. Again, they really can't launch these things as much as they would like to, more than likely, because, again, they're having to deal with the added pressure of going over those pumps, and I apologize for anyone that may have a little dizzy just watching them go around that. Those rolling hills can certainly make for a little bit of a jumpy spot. Oh! And Chantel, I don't know, but maybe that's the receipt or if that was something else, but Bab ended up getting completely nullified and sent out of here. Apparently, that was not what had in store there. Let's take a look at the replay. Oh, boy. That was a huge bump there. I've heard of bump and runs. I don't think I've heard of this. Let's see this corner here. Looks like she was trying to evade him, and Bab was already loose there. He couldn't quite get steered away. This time, though, not trying to back off too much. She ended up actually just kind of getting right in there. Bab's going to have a lot of work to do down there. I will say this, it is dirt road course racing. I've had my fair share of putting some bumpers in around here. Really creating some pain, looking for some leads. Was with these cars exactly too as well. I will say though, those Pro 2 lights, man, they are a challenge when it comes to trying to deal with these things around here. I think Nick Kern may have heard what I said earlier about him losing his lead a little bit, because he's already gaining back to 11 seconds over Hofford. 3 laps remain. Nick Kern just completely disgruntling this track and making it look way too easy for its own good. All right, 1 lap. 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 1 Nick Kern now just gaining about a 12-second lead over Matthew Hoffert. Ron Mann's trying to stay ahead of the rattlesnake Robert Kahn, while Hoffert I think he's just trying to survive and conquer here. The 5, I think if she can just keep everything on all 4 wheels and out of trouble, I think she'll be okay, although Kahn does not know what is waiting for him here. Tony Westcott saying, well, this is definitely different, but kind of cool. Well, I said it was we put in that little description here tonight. It's an unorthodox kind of race, obviously. So, Westcott, you know me, man. If we're gonna do it though, we got to do it right. We gotta have a little fun with it. Oh, you gotta be careful. Oh, that was a huge slide there right off the corners. Great power slide by Robert Kahn. I thought for sure he was losing it. Great momentum, though, to hold that thing off. And Kahn managing to catch the bumps just perfectly. He saw that front wheel lifting right up the way he needs it to. I think he's been listening in the broadcast. I think he heard that Chantel was right behind him there. Probably got a little scared and wanted to run off. Honestly, I would run off, too, if I had someone that was probably coming for me like that. Hoffer at this point still hanging in there, though. You can see he's got a good distance on Jeffrey Todd Tuss. Todd to lap down a few of them. Now Kern's going to get another one here. He's going to get Dustin Solnicker, put a lap down. As we now initiate into the white flag, this time by Westcott saying, go big or go home. Yep. Ain't that true. Nick Kern's going to see a white flag, and as long as he doesn't do anything ridiculous, he'll pretty much lead this one out. Just has to stay under control and stay in rhythm. He's been solid all day. Can he finish it, though? Kern pounding the throttle away. More momentum coming through the corners and through the runs. He'll now lead it back down and again. Off to the big jump. Sends it. But he lands it nice and tight. Through corners yet again. Just kind of drifting around. Easy through the rolling hills. This is pretty much what makes the driver extremely fast on these road courses, is how they handle their nerves and how they handle their controls. Speed is one thing, but consistency is a whole nother ball game. Laying him off once again. Final corners yet coming up. Checker flags a brewing. It's coming out this time by Eric G. Gann, coming to a dead stop there in the 51. May have cut the corner and put himself in trouble. The official saying you better stop and go, and he is. But Nick Kern, he doesn't need to stop and go because he finds himself traveling to victory lane at Bark River. He wins in the dirt stock race at Bark River Speedway. And the off, we're going to wheel it right around here and pull off a second place finish. And Ron Mann's, as long as he can hold out just a little longer, I think he's going to be able to put himself on the podium spot once more. A strong showing for him and his crew. And it's exactly what he's going to do. Todd Tuff's going to get out of the way. Ron is going to bring it right around home to home place, home base. He gets third and finishes out the podium. The 5 and the 21. But what did Kahn do? What did Kahn just do? He got stuck in the wall. Well, Chantel's gonna, I don't think she's gonna complain. I think she'll take that 4th place spot considering how she's had a night. But what the heck on earth happened to Kahn? Hold on a minute. We need to look at this one. He's still stuck there, by the way. I don't know how he got stuck there. I just know he just got stuck there. I don't think I've ever seen a driver get stuck on that spot to begin with. I know people have flipped over out of the canvas, but what the heck happened to 21? Look at this. Drives it right around, gets stuck in a bad spot, and I think he literally just jammed in some fences and literally just stuck it there. Looks like a long dart up there. Good Lord. Either way, that is definitely going to be a frustration factor beyond repair for him and his crew. Nevertheless, your race winner at Bark River will be Nick Kern, pulling off the W. And a strong finish for him and his crew here tonight. Definitely putting up a number and putting on a fight. We'll take a look at our race results here now on PT Race TV. Let's take a look at the action here. What a wild one, to say the least. Nick Kern wins this one. Second to Matthew Hofford. Third to Ron Mans. Fourth to Chantel Bottle. Fifth to Eric G. Gang. Give credit where credit's due to him. He had to finish dead last. He ends up going in fifth. Nicely done. Wally Babb coming away sixth. Seven to Robert Kahn. Eight Dustin Sonicker. Ninth Jeffrey Todd Tufts. Round out your field. Well, race fans, we'll go ahead and give them a minute to try to get settled down and see if they'd like to do an interview. The clock is ticking. We'll see if anyone wants to talk here tonight. Remember, we are on a time schedule here. We got to get ready to get down to Atlanta Motor Speedway, so we're going to give them a few minutes here. But if they do not call in a sec, we will head on out of here. If you guys are tuning out for now, though, appreciate you all tuning on board here. And again, do stay tuned. We are going to be live here at 8:15 Eastern, or excuse me, 8:15 Central, 9:15 Eastern. Pardon my language there. I forgot we were under the Eastern times, not the times where I'm at, which is Central. See, we got a driver here. We're going to talk with Matthew Hofford. He's going to join us in now, so he is going to come away second place here tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Hofford camp and Hoffy. A big battle here. Obviously, not the win you were wanting, but nevertheless a strong showing here for you and your crew.
Man, with a track like that and a car like that with no suspension, second place is great.
I mean, it certainly is, and you certainly had a lot of work to do. Obviously, just trying to hold this car online and trying to keep pace, but really just talk to me about how difficult it was to even try to keep these guys in rhythm and in check, because it really seemed like it could have gone either way between you guys.
Yeah, any little bump, you hit it wrong. I mean, the car can go anywhere. It can go to the left, go to the right. I had a couple instances where, I hit the wall in the heat race and it messed my wheel up, and I just hit the jump too fast and it sent me flying to the right. So it all depends on how you hit the jumps and how fast you hit the jumps.
You managed to hit him all good and dandy for at least the end of it. So as you walk away here, of course, with a second place finish, is there anybody you want to thank here tonight for this finish?
Well, all the racers that come out tonight, Pushing Limits Racing League, PTM Racing TV, everybody watching at home, appreciate it. And see y'all next week.
All right, you guys are loud here. Matthew Hofford got away second. He'll look to see you guys next week on the show. Thank you for your time, sir.
Thank you.
And that'll pretty much wrap it up here. Looks like our Nick Kern and Ron Mans are not going to be joining us here tonight, so we're going to sign off for now here, but we will see you guys here very, very soon here. Okay, I take it back. Looks like Nick Kern decided to show up, so we'll give him the talk here. Ladies and gentlemen, your race winner here tonight, Nick Kern, joining us now. And Nick, what a long performance that was, having to hold off for as long as you did. Hold on, let's see if we can get him in here. Nick, you got a copy? Try it now here. Nick, you got me?
Yeah, I got you.
All right, so nevertheless here, man, a long distance, a long travel to the end, but you walk away with the W, and certainly showcasing speed and skill with these dirt road courses.
Yeah, it was fun. Definitely an experience. They're all right though. I love them. It was fun.
Yeah, that was fun to watch, kind of seeing you just kind of drive this thing into the ground and hold on for the best. Was there any really concern about how the car was going to handle coming to the later end? Because the things looked like they were bouncing and taking some damage there.
Yeah, I know. If you took some corners or some bumps too fast, and once you got going, it's like a pendulum effect, and once the back end started coming up, then the front end would dig in, and you'd start losing control. But if you'd go, as I found out, I actually had to slow down for a lot of the jumps so I wouldn't totally dig in and also ruin the car.
Well, it ended up working okay, though, for you and the crew, as we mentioned before. Again, walking away here with a W and a big victory here. Is there anybody you want to thank here tonight for this one?
Yeah, and of course I have to thank Tug Stiffboard Racing. I wouldn't be here without them. New Holland Auto Shine and everyone at PTM. Big thanks to them for putting on these insane races. And yeah.
For sure there. Well, nevertheless, Nick, as we sign off here tonight, big victory to you and congratulations. Certainly hope to see you next time out, sir.
Well, definitely, for sure, bud.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, your race winner here tonight, the 69 Nick Kern. We'll sign off with that one here. We got to get out of here, guys. I'll see you guys very, very soon. But from all of us here at Pizza Race TV, thank you again. We'll see you very, very soon when the Green Mountain Grill crew come around.